Hello dear student, welcome back to the new lesson in grade 8. So chapter 1, section 6, which is easy, property of the power. So one of the easiest topic that we have, which is called property of the power. So before we're going to explain the topic and solve question, we need to know some basic rules in property of the power. So the first one, the rule of multiplication. For multiplying the power with the same base. So what do we mean by this? If I have a number, let's say the number is b, power m times b power n. If you take a look, we have same base, but we have different power. So what I'm going to do, because it's already multiplication, I'm going to keep the base. Because it's multiplication, I'm going to plus the power. So I'm going to say m plus n. So what do we mean by this? If you have multiplication, you're going to add the power. But what if you have division? If you take a look to the book, we have division. Let's say again I have b over b, but this time the power of b is m and n. So in this case, again, I'm going to keep the base, then I'm going to subtract the power. I'm going to say 5 minus n. Because for multiplication, we're going to add the power, but for subtraction, we're going to subtract the power in division. In division, we're going to subtract the power. Then we have another thing which is called raising power, which I'm going to talk about it and explain it later. But before we're going to explain the third condition, which is raising power, I want you to understand this too. So the first question, if you take a look, it say multiply and write your product as a 1 power. So what are you gonna do? Let's say we have 5 power 4 times 5 power 3. Do I have same base? Yes. So I'm going to keep the 5. Then because it's multiplication, I'm going to plus the power. So it will be 4 plus 3, and the last answer will be 5 power 7. That's how you're going to solve this one. Then let's say when we have a negative in one of them, let's say we have 16 power 1 times 16 power negative 7. If you take a look to the question in the book, the one it's not written. When there is no number over the base, that means it's already the power is 1. So you're going to say 16 because we have same base, 16 and 60. I'm going to write 60 again. Because it's multiplication, I'm going to plus. Then what is the first number? It's 1. What is the second number? Negative 7. So I'm going to write negative 7. We already studied this one. We said we cannot write negative and positive beside each other. So we need to put it in bracket. Then it will be what? 16, 1, negative times positive. We studied this one. We said when you multiply negative by positive, it's always become negative. Then it will be 7. So the answer it's already equal to 16 power negative 6. Can I leave this one as a power as a negative? No. We said when the power is negative, you need to flip it to change it to positive. So it will be 1 over 16 power 6. So that's how you're going to solve these questions. Now, what if I have different base? Now let's say if I have different base like 4 power 2 times 2 power 2. Can I do anything about this one? No. In dividing and multiplying algebraic expression, you must have same base, then you can add and subtract. So that's why this one you cannot solve it. You're going to rewrite it like itself that we did in the book. So now that's for multiplication. What if we have division? What about division? So for division, we have many questions and many type of question that we need to solve like we did for multiplication. So now one of the question which is we have, it's a 6 power 5 over 6 power 3. So what I'm going to do, because do I have same base? Yes. So I'm going to write the same base. It's division or multiplication, of course division, so I'm going to write minus. After I did this one, I'm going to take a look. What do I have? 5. What do I have in denominator? 3, so it will be 3. So the answer will be 6. 5 minus 3, it will be 2. So the answer is 6 power 2. Then what if I have another thing like a power 8 all over a power negative 1? So if you take a look again, do I have same base? Yes. I'm going to rewrite a. Then it's division or multiplication? Division, so I'm going to write minus. Then what is the top number? 8. Sorry, it's Kurdistan, this kind of thing will happen. Electricity is gone now, it will come back. So now the second one is welcome back, like I said. So negative 1. Now we said we're going to write a, then because it's division we're going to write negative minus, then the top number is 8, so I wrote 8. Second number is negative 1, so I'm going to write negative 1. So I needed to put it in bracket because I cannot write two signs beside each other. So it will be negative times negative, it will be positive, so it will be a 8 plus 1. So the answer will be a power 9. That will be the answer of this one. I know we said we're going to do subtraction, but this case is different because you have negative in denominator, that's why it will be plus. And also if you take a look, we said we're going to plus, but this case is different because we have negative here, that's why we need to multiply, that's why it become negative. So for the other numbers, you always use adding and subtracting when you both numbers are positive. So take a look to the 12. Question number 7. We have 12 power 5 over 12 power 5. So in this case, I'm going to keep the 12, then I'm going to subtract the power. So it will be 5 minus 5, because the second one it's also 5. So 5 minus 5, it will be power 0. Anything's power 0, we already studied this one. Anything's power 0, it's equal to 1. So let's say b power 0 is equal to 1. Anything's power 0 is equal to 1, so that means this one also will be 1. That's how you're going to solve this kind of question. So these two cases, it's this one for multiplication, this one is for division. That's how you're going to solve it, and we already explained it. Now what if we have addition, raising power? What do we mean by raising power? Raising power, when you have power bracket power, it's called raising power. So now let's say we have b power m, then power n. This one is called raising power. How are you going to solve this one? You're going to say b like itself because it's a base, and you need to multiply the powers. So you will say m times n. So what do we mean by this? So let's solve a question like question number 9. Let's say 3 power 4 bracket power 5. Now if you take a look, power become of the power. So when we have power over power, no need to panic. So what are you going to do? You're going to write 3 again. 4 times 5 equal to 3 power 20. And that's the answer. That's it. Let's solve another question. Question number 10. Let's say 2 power 2 all power 0. So again, I'm going to write the base because the base is 2. So 2 times 0, power times power. So it will be 2 power 0. Anything's power 0, we already studied this one. Anything's power 0 equal to 1. So the answer will be 1. So if you don't change it to 1, it will be wrong. Be careful. So question 11. Last thing in this topic. If we have 4, no, not the last thing, okay. So 4 power negative 2 and 3. So now it will be what? 4 negative 2 times 3. So in this case, it will be 2 times 3, negative 6. Why we multiplied? Because it's raising power. The power is negative. What I'm going to do, flip it. So the denominator of this one is 1. So it will be 1 over 4 power 6. If you don't open it, it's all totally fine. So you can leave it like that. Now, we have another thing, which is like question number 12. We have negative y power 2 all power 6. So again, I'm going to write negative y because it's already negative. I needed to put it in bracket because it's already two things, this negative and the y. Then you're going to say 2 times 6. Then why we keep the bracket? Because of this negative. Then y negative power 2 times 6 is 12. If you remember, we said when the power is even, the negative will be gone or not? Yes. So if I remove the bracket right now, it will be y power 12 in positive, because the power is even, the negative will be gone. That's how you're going to solve a question in power. Then the last thing that you have, it's say find the missing exponent. So now if you take a look, because it's multiplication, that means we need to plus the power. The answer is 8. So this side should be how much to be 8? Because we're going to plus it. 4 plus what equal to 8? 4. So 4 plus 4, 8. Now the negative, if you take a look, we have negative 6 here. Here we have raising power. We said in raising power, we're going to multiply the power. 2 times what equal to negative 6? Of course, negative 3. Then this one is equal to negative 3. So how it will be negative 3? When we have, of course, 0. 0 minus negative, it will be 9. 0 minus 3, which is equal to 9 negative 3. Then this one is raising power. The answer is 0. So how are you going to do that? You need to multiply 4 by something to become 0. It's your job to do it by yourself. That's how you're going to do the property of the power, and have fun. See you in the next class.